Hello viewers, welcome to the video lecture series for the job role of General Duty Assistant, textbook for class 11. In this session, we will cover session 3, assisting in examination of patients from unit 2 of the textbook. We will learn the assistance to be provided by General Duty Assistant in various examination of the patients visualized as eyes, ear, nose, throat, neck, chest, abdomen and spine of the body. Always remember, prior to the examination, tell the patient about procedure to be carried out and explain the reason for every inspection. The patients will be more comfortable and cooperative for their body examination. Let us find out the procedure of measurement or examination of different parts of body. First one, measuring height of baby and adult. First one, measuring length of baby or infant by infantometer. Ideally, two people are needed to obtain an accurate length measurement of infant or baby. Baby's height or length should be measured with minimum clothing. The baby should be placed on a hard surface of infantometer in supine position with straight legs. Top of the head should touch vertical plank. Extend the leg fully by gently pressing on knees. Move the pedal of infantometer against the sole of infant's leg. Read the length of the scale carefully. Second one, measuring height of adult. To measure accurate height of adult persons or patients, ensure that persons, first one, stand straight with minimum clothing and bare foot against wall fitted with heightometer or stadiometer. Head should be straight. Note the topmost point of the vertex with the help of spatula or plastic ruler or stadiometer's spatula. Measuring body weight of infant or baby. Infant or baby's body weight can be measured on electronic weighing scale or by Salter spring machine in field. Steps for measuring body weight by Salter's spring machine. Adjust the pointer of the scale to 0 level. Take off heavy cloth and shoes of the infant or baby. Hold the child's leg through leg hole. Hold child's feet. Hang the child on Salter scale. Read the scale at eye level to the nearest 0.1 kg. Remove the child slowly and safely. Measuring the weight of baby by electronic weighing scale. Remove heavy clothing and shoes. Tear the machines to accurate 0. Place the baby on machine comfortably. Wait till the reading becomes constant. For adult, tear the electronic machine. Persons should stand straight on the platform of weighing machine. Note the weight only when reading becomes constant. Measuring skull circumference. The skull should be measured from above the eyes to the occipital protuberance where the diameter is maximum. Examination of eyes by ophthalmoscope. The examination of eyes is done in a lying or sitting position using head mirror that reflects light to the patient's face. Purpose is to determine the movement of the eyes, reaction to light, accommodation to near and far objects. Check eyes for discharge, pupil size and reaction to light. Discharge may indicate infections, allergy or injury. For visual acuity, the Snellen chart is used. Examination of ears. Tunic fork test used for hearing examination. Other equipments used are head mirror, ear, speculum of various sizes, cotton tip applications and otoscope. The external ear canal and auricle should be carefully inspected. Examination of nose, throat and mouth. The patient should be seated with the head resting against the back of the chair. A tongue depressor and a good light are needed for examining the throat. Examination of the nose requires a nasal speculum and a head mirror. Sometimes otoscope is also used. The nasal passages are assessed visually. Examination of neck. The neck examined by palpation and auscultation to inspect size or presence of any irregularity of lymph nodes and thyroid glands. Thyroid glands examined by swallowing saliva. Examination of chest. The patient is placed in horizontal recumbent position. Percussion method is used to determine the presence of fluid or congested areas. Stethoscope used listen to the sounds within the chest. Examination of abdomen. Patient is kept in dorsal recumbent positions and the knees are slightly flexed to relax the abdominal muscles. The abdomen is inspected, palpated, ausculted and percussed to detect any abnormalities and to assess bowel sounds. Examination of spine. The spine is examined by keeping the patient in standing positions for abnormal curvature. The fingers are moved over the spine to detect the spina bifida in a newborn infant. Examination of extremities, arms and legs. Arms and legs are inspected, palpated and moved in various plans. Edema may be observed at the ankle joint by pressing the skin against the bone and varicose veins on the posterior part of the leg over the calf muscle. The joints are moved in all directions to assess the movements. There should be no swelling and tenderness. Examination of rectum. The patient is placed in a dorsal recumbent or left lateral position. The anus is observed for the hemorrhoids, fissures or cracks. The patient is asked to bend down to see for the internal hemorrhoids. To examine the rectum, a clean glove, proctoscope, lubricant and a good source of light are necessary. During physical examination of patients, a general duty assistant plays supporting role for both the patients and medical staffs. Upon completion, ensure that the examination record chart has been filled and any specimens to be sent to the lab or any special procedures to be followed. So, this was the basic of the physical examination of patients. In order to have the appropriate equipments and supplies on hand and to place the patients in the proper positions for careful assessment. Let us now summarize what you learned in this session. We have learned that general duty assistants support medical staff or nurses in examining patients. Physical examination includes eyes, ears, nose, throat, neck, chest, abdomen and spine of the body. That is all for the video, and in next video we will cover session 1 of unit 3rd. Till then, enjoy learning.